I'm going to go ahead and do a quick little plug here for W while I can. So, yeah, I completely forgot the script. Anyway, fellow gamers, if you're looking to double down with your gaming and not get hit with a huge crash, I definitely recommend Dubby. Be Better, a jitterless energy blend. I did try it recently, finally got my thing in the mail from them, even though the post office shoved it in the mailbox. I lost almost like half of it, but that's besides the point. Definitely try it out. It does taste really good. It's not super chalky like some of the other blends that I've tried before. Did not have any jitters, but it is pretty fucking potent, so I do recommend starting off with like maybe half a teaspoon and mixing it into a bunch of water, and then
full send.
don't listen to him. I don't want to have anybody die on my behalf.
I will full sending.
But yeah, so definitely check it out. I would recommend getting their sample pack first, just so that way you can find a flavor that you enjoy. But it does taste really good. The fruit punch blend that I got tastes kind of like Rockstar Fruit Punch, which
Hey, that's a lot.
yeah, and so I really like it. So definitely try it out. Co-host Earthbound Reaper. Yep. And also, we have our guests here tonight. Let me go ahead and go full screen here. We have Arcanite.
My boy Arcanite.
So,
And we also have the amazing and beautiful Dragon Dispatcher. And I'm going to let Arcanite kind of steer the ship a little bit with the leaks for the stuff that might possibly be coming out soon. But before we get into that, I would like to congratulate any Helldivers player that we were able to finish the defense order. Last night, I think we only had like a couple hours left, and then everybody just like nuts to butts just came together and just fucking killed it. So it was beautiful. So good job, everybody. Give yourself a pat on the back, you beautiful Helldivers. But from there, I'm going to go ahead and let Arcanite take over. What's
yeah,
up? Oh.
so, yeah, I turned on my camera. This is a new thing.
Hey, yo.
Quick shout out to the Helldivers 2 Reddit and the Discord. This is where most of my information is actually coming from. So, I don't know when Purple will pull things on screen, but we got a whole bunch of new armor drops, a lot of cosmetic stuff, no new real, like, armor passives that we're going to be seeing. Sadly, that we're still waiting on the whole fire resist and everything else. But we do have some pretty badass armors, including stuff that will actually show your Helldivers arms, which I think is pretty sick. So, currently wondering what color of arms we're going to be getting with our Helldivers. We also have a Stratagem Sief Troop drop in. So basically these guys are going to be Sief troops that are you going to be calling in via Pelican, and they're going to come in, they're going to help you out. We have a new escort objective, which is the Colony Rover. Let me know if I'm moving fast here, Purple.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm good. I'm just pulling up all.
Yeah, I've dumped a whole lot of images.
It's all good.
A lot of images.
I do my research. This is what I do.
And this is why we love you.
Yes, you're honestly, if I can say this, honestly, Arcanite, you're a godsend, brother. Like, I'll love you to death. You're an incredible human being. Thank you so much for joining our team.
We're not
Absolutely.
You're an awesome
We're
person.
not worthy.
We're not worthy. Oh.
Yeah, and then as Purple's pulled up on the bottom left there, we can see one of the new Colony Rover, which is escort objective, according to the files that were dug through. You're going to have to escort this Colony Rover probably from a location to a location to be able to extract your Colony Rovers, your colonists, which sounds fantastic. We actually don't have any real escort missions. I just hope that the AI is actually good at pathfinding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big issue. We also have a Hellbuster, or a Hivebuster objective. It's going to be a new bug exclusive objective. You're going to be told to locate a nearby underground hive core, and upon finding the core, you'll call down a Hivebuster, which is basically a big crate. We got a little gif of it down in the bottom right hand corner there of the screen. It drills into the hive core. Once it drills, it'll deliver a nuclear payload capable of, quote, blasting that hive core into oblivion. This is probably a main mission objective rather than a side mission, because it is such an in-depth mission.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, and I can only imagine how many commands you are going to have to put into that damn thing.
Oh my god, it's gonna be
Probably like
cancer.
10 to 15. Yeah.
Easily, yeah, because you have, oh no, the drill is jammed. Oh no, XYZ, you know?
Oh yeah. Or like you drill to a certain point, then you have to use a different drill system to drill deeper. Or
Yeah.
just loading. They might have us load the damn thing.
Yeah, I can only imagine how many different directions they're going to go with this. I did find something similar with automaton missions. I wasn't able to find any actual pictures or anything else of it, though. It's a fairly similar kind of objective, but instead of drilling into a hive core, you're launching basically a portable nuke.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be interesting.
That'll be sick. Portable nuke.
Porta nuke.
Yeah.
dude.
You heard that, chat. We gotta go in there and drop the bomb.
Exactly. Next thing on my little list here is we have a new weapon mesh that was discovered. Judging from what I can see here, it doesn't have a hammer, it barely has a slide, and has a fairly large barrel when in comparison to a lot of our current weapons. My brain immediately goes to gyrojet pistol, which would be cool as all hell, especially with the amount of explosive stuff they've been coming out with recently.
Yeah.
And then,
Interesting concept for a pistol.
yeah.
It might be
Last but not
replacing the
least,
revolver.
last but not least, we have our kind of the piece de resistance that was pulled out of the meshes recently. We have the Helldiver Hub base station.
Ooh,
Which is gonna be this guy right here.
I'm excited about this one.
So let me see if I can point out a specific picture here that has the ship actually in it so we can see the scale. Because this thing is absolutely bonkers massive. So
Yeah, it's a whole space station. I'm assuming that the like dock points for some of the frigates that we're flying. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you're talking about.
if you want
This-
to put that specific image that I just put in the chat up, that gives a fairly good point of
Yeah,
reference.
that's our. Yeah.
That is the
small
ship.
Yeah, right next to it.
Yeah,
tower
that is
going on it.
one of our ships, and so it is insanely massive. This could mean a number of things. Last week we talked about the possibility of like, hey, what about like
Yeah.
clans or community hubs, stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I'm actually really excited to see where they take this.
this shit's gonna be huge.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have definitely been talking about it a lot more. So if you guys can see, like right here, this. Oh my god, this is gonna be fucking huge if they actually make it. Because we've been asking for just a space community thing for more than one player to more than 4 players to be able to kind of hang out and just talk. And it would be a good spot and an opportunity to be able to recruit more people outside of like going to the Discord and trying to find homies to hang out with or have a spot to just chill for a moment in between missions,
Like
other than
Destiny.
just your ship. Yeah, kind of like
Yeah,
Destiny.
like a
Yeah.
tower. Yeah.
I am wondering
or
if they're gonna
special
make us
missions.
earn this. So I did
Like with
see
rank. Yeah.
no, not only rank but a capture mission.
Oh.
So what I was seeing on the subreddit is that some guys were throwing around the idea of this is something that the automatons have brought in, or the cyborgs have brought in, basically as a base to launch their objectives from, and we have to take it over and take over XYZ amount of these base stations in order to basically create them via super Earths. They don't look very similar to our current spaceships.
Yeah, they don't
But-
look like our own tech.
Yeah,
So how
they
do you
look
think-
like foreign tech.
Yeah. How do we think?
So if you take a system,
Mhm.
With them
maybe
in
this
it.
will be in the system.
Yeah.
Like a manufacturing point.
Okay.
Be
So
interesting if they found a shipyard.
right.
Yeah, because they like to make us earn things.
Yeah, they did that. We saw that with the I always call them Titans, but the mech suits, or they were just like, look, you want the mech suits earlier, or you want the mech suits, gotta go take over the spot where they're getting fabricated because the automatons. What's up, Panda? Love you, buddy.
Good to see you, Panda.
So yeah, I'm really excited. I hope this stuff actually does come out. I really like the armor with the arms and everything because it just reminds me of Doom for some reason. The Doom guy kind of armor, dude. I'm loving it. Oh, what's up, Imperfecta? Thanks for coming by, buddy. Other than that, we're still waiting for the enemies to come in for the Illuminate. I always want to call them Illuminati. It's really bad. And I'm really hoping for that happening soon, so that way we can have more options. I have a really bad problem with getting burnt out with games because I want more different enemy types and stuff to come out.
Or just
But
consistent content. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But they did mention that they really do want to implement fixes and stuff. So this next patch is supposedly supposed to be a big patch that helps with a lot of issues that people have been having and been complaining about for a very long time. I don't think it's really going to be coming out with any newer content, and if it is, it's probably going to be requisitions for the Commando rocket and the Airburst rocket as well, and maybe the other mech suit if we're lucky. But we have been doing really well. I think we talked about this the other night, Arcanite, how it hit an all-time low of the game being only 50,000 players
On Steam, yeah.
on Steam. So, oh hey J-Man,
That's
we're
super sick.
we're talking about leaks here and possible new things that are going to be coming out if we're lucky. New mission types and maybe a hub space for us to all hang out in, kind of like Destiny or even Monster Hunter, where it was like a small hub space. And this image that we have right here, procured by Arcanite, our residential awesome guy, or Leak Hunter, I guess. This is one of our ships, and then this is going to be like the top of the hub. So the overall hub kind of looks something similar to this, and we were also talking about possibly taking over space stations as well.
Yeah,
or like
it's gonna be interesting.
So my thing is, if we're gonna be doing something like that in a station or a small space, what type of cooldowns would be even available for something like that?
We wouldn't have call-downs available, which we already have missions where we have limited, you know what I mean, call-ins and everything. So I don't think that would be much of an issue. The funny thing is if we look at it, like the size and scale of that hub is massive enough to where we could be running through that and fighting. But I'm wondering if they're going to create that as like, because it's the Helldivers hub, right? So I'm wondering if they're going to create that as a mission set, like he said, like we got to take it over and control it, and you can have multiple different teams going through different parts of it.
Well, that'd be really interesting.
Or multiple teams going into it.
Yeah, some room-to-room combat would make this game
Crazy,
yeah. Especially with the explosive damage and everything else that we already deal.
Yeah, okay. So my thing is that I've seen while playing shotgun. Well, we already have shotguns, but more shotguns would be nice. My thing is there are problems with the third-person camera from time to time when it comes to walls and certain things. When you get too close, like it just shows the wall, it doesn't really show you. So in a closed space, how well is that going to be able to be translated in this kind of game? So that's my concern.
I don't think it'll be that kind of close quarters. I don't think it'd be like hallways. I think because of the sheer scale of the ship, I think it would just be like taking over the hangar or something like that. You know what I mean? Like boarding the ship, you know?
Right.
Yeah, but even if you did have corridor combat, it could be that the third person view is disabled. That if you're going to be doing close quarters, it's going to be all first person at that point.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, if they implemented the first person, I'm not sure.
I mean, I have run into glitches where it just stays first person from time to time, so it wouldn't be like impossible.
Yeah, I think they would have to like lock you into first person. No, the right answer would be to make it a toggleable option, kind of like in like Fallout, you know, or you can switch between first and third person at will. You know,
or use over the shoulder third person.
Or zoomed in third person.
Gears.
Yeah, like Gears. Yeah, but then again, it comes back to what you said earlier with the camera situation.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, it kind of depends. Or adding a first person would be beneficial. A lot of people have been talking and asking about that anyways.
There's a whole other option that we haven't really considered, especially considering that the first Helldivers was entirely top down.
I knew you were going to say that.
True. That is very true. It could be a top-down scenario where it's like a bullet hell game, kind of.
Yeah.
Or a type of mission.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, and you'd have to limit fields of view so that, you know, kind of the radar thing, so that you don't see too much of the map.
Yeah.
In that top-down view.
That would be interesting. I guess they would be able to fix the whole call-down situation too, because you'd be able to go in with all three weapons rather than having to call in additional support weapons. You would just go in with that third set.
So that extra weapon you would just have.
Yeah, and like maybe we dock onto the ship and then like walk off the ship. You know what I mean?
To
get what the new supplies and everything else, you'd have to go back to your ship.
Yeah, if you wanted to get something different, that would be interesting.
I mean,
more backpacks with supplies. Maybe each person would have to have, instead of having the drones and stuff, each person would have to have, I've got the supply pack for this, and I've got the supply pack for that.
I got a recoilless rifle in a backpack. Hey, bring me another backpack with ammo on it. And fucking, that would make sense.
It opens up a whole realm of new possibilities. We're also just spitballing here. So
it's everything we come up with is all fucking, off the top of the dome piece.
I am excited to see what they do come out with. I would love to see a hub for the game, and I am never going to deny having more weapons in the game and more missions in general. One of the other missions that I saw, other than just a normal escort mission, was 2 people carrying a chest or a big, I don't know if you guys played Gears like 4 or 3, I think they had this thing that you carried with another homie to a destination, and you would just drop it off. Ideally, it goes to a giant drill that goes down and myrtleizes all the bugs. So that would be another mission that I would want to see. It would probably either be a main, or it might be this thing that you showed as well, Arcanite. It might be just related to that, or a different version of that. So I am...
2 men in the fire team would be covering, but you'd have to have left-hand pistol action.
Yeah, so you would have to have 2 guys would be having their sidearms, and 2 guys would be covering them as they're escorting the chest over to the other location. So yeah. I do want to see more missions like that, where you really do have to use teamwork. Great One and I and J-Man all like got a taste of like level 8, and like it is like, hey, you guys can't separate, you got to stick together and work as a team, and if you do the call outs and everything right, it's now I want to say easy, but it's a lot more doable in those situations. It also comes down to like everybody coordinating, like, hey, what type of stratagems that you have. And when it comes to these escort missions, I feel like people would be forced to be able to do that a little bit more often. So I am super excited to see what's to come. These armor pieces just look amazing in general, so they're definitely going in the right direction. I do want I don't know what it is about this other armor up here, but it reminds me of like those cups that you get at like Santa Cruz in the 90s. But with that being said, I know they don't want you to customize the armor, right? I get it. But at the same time, I would like to see them come out with at least color swatches, because god damn it, I want to be purple. Like, it's my thing. I gotta be purple. Do you have anything else you want to add, Arcanite? Was there any other things that you
nothing
saw?
that I've pulled up.
Okay.
We'll have another discussion next week whenever I can pull some more information.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Arcanite. I appreciate it. You can always have your camera on or off. It's up to you. So
Yeah, I sat down and I'm feeling lazy now, so.
Oh, that's fair.
Too late. You got what you got. Be happy with it.
Well, I'm glad I got to see your beautiful face. And Great One, I'm glad you made it home, buddy.
Oh yeah.
If you do want to join the Discord and talk about stuff, you are more than welcome to.
Yeah, come on,
well.
brother. I miss your fucking voice, man. I miss you, brother. I love you, man. I know I didn't call you this week to check in with you, but I'm doing good. It makes me.
Since we're still on the topic of Helldivers, really quick, I just did want to mention that there are tools out there for people to use to understand the map a little bit better, and how taking on certain planets is a little bit more beneficial rather than just going for the straight mission, the ones that are just like on the mission board for us to go to. Let me go ahead and pull that up because I am bad at this. We got divers.gg. This is a website that Arcanite showed me. It's basically a wiki database for everybody to go through and just check everything out. The capes, the armor, the guns, the grenades, different types of stratagems and what they do. So if you don't have anything unlocked yet, you could definitely go here and get a better idea of like how these things are used and how they look. Even if you don't have the game, you can kind of get an idea of like, okay, you know, this game looks kind of lit, or I hate this looks terrible. So there's that option as well. And then you also have helldivers.io. This is going to be able to give you an idea of the galactic war status and progression, and you can also use different tools of like active players, supply lines, and like how different planets are supplied and how they are backed up by other enemies. So you can get a better idea if you want to strategize on how you guys want to attack things. This is a major tool that a big chunk of the community uses to be able to get these orders done a lot faster. So if you do want to be able to contribute, if you're a creeker, that's fine too. If you want to just stick to fighting automatons, I'm not going to judge you a little bit.
I'll
judge you a little bit, but not a lot.
But yeah,
I think it's gonna be great. I think the future of this game is gonna be it's good. I don't think this is gonna lose traction or
my thing is I think
too much player base.
I think they need to work on their incentives a little bit more to be able to go to one place than the other. So like, I mean, this is just a theory. Like, hopefully they eventually have something where it's like, hey, you know, they start releasing super credits for completing certain missions, or
super credit specific. Yeah, that's sick.
And then like on top of that, maybe, just maybe, if they start doing things where they introduce the bots fighting bugs in the bug territory.
So can I add to that? Because I just ran into something. My buddy North Sand, right? He plays this almost every single day with an entire fire team of his own. And they were on a planet, and he has the clip, and I could not procure that. However, they were fighting bots, and there were a bunch of like freshly killed bugs next to a bunch of freshly killed bots in front of them. And then upon completing the mission, he was telling me that this just happened, and I was like, interesting. So like, because there was fighting, bullets flying everywhere while they were coming into the map. So I'm thinking they're pushing towards it, and they're just slowly adding that to this. That's crazy though to think.
Yeah, I would like to see them kind of have a bot drop happen in a bug mission, so that way you get a taste for it, and you're just like, okay, like maybe bots aren't that bad, maybe they're just a different breed. They are supposed to be the hard mode of the game for right now, and I get that. But I think what happens and what kind of annoys other players is like they'll come out with a bug mission done in innocent. The moment a bot mission comes out is like a fucking pulling teeth to try and get people over there to help out.
Yeah, because nobody wants to do it because it's hard. That's all it is.
And then
that's still the funny thing is that's the same people, right? On that same coin, they're the same people that are complaining about issues with the games and stuff. They're like, well, I don't like it because it's not that difficult, or it's this thing sucks because like you're just fighting bugs. It's like, well, Glenn, go fight bots. Like, well, no, because it's too hard. Yeah, and I'm like, bro, go play bots on Helldive and then come say that the game is fucking too easy or whatever the fuck.
Well,
like, go solo that. But I mean, just go play bots on fucking Helldive, and then when you drop in, you just die immediately upon drop. Like then like it is not easy. The game is difficult.
To put into perspective, not only does I just drop into 4 Hulks, there's a factory strider with those 4 Hulks. I just turned the corner.
Let's go! I fucking love fighting those things. They're hard as shit, but I fucking love it, dude. Becomes a whole cinematic debacle as soon as one of those drops down.
Here's the issue, though. I'm the only motherfucker over here.
That's the thing, and that's the thing that I think keeps a lot of gamers in the game too. Like a lot of the people that are playing the game, I think if they do start to lose player base, I think they should increase the amount of effect you have. Like if they start to notice over a period of time, like, oh, we've lost a good amount of player base. Like they're not accomplishing missions, even though they are doing missions, because there isn't enough of the player base. So then they just, you know what I mean, adjust as needed, so that the people that are playing it are still able to do shit. It won't change the difficulty. It will just allow the game to continue. And as things come out, people will come back and forth, because there's larger streamers that are playing it too.
So I wonder if maybe they could dynamically make it so that the percentage of what you're doing going towards completion is based on how many people are playing at the time.
They would have to give Joel an assistant. You know what I mean? He would need an assistant for sure.
Well, that's where something where we were talking about, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, was like they need to implement fleets. They need to have people that can make clans, so that way the progression can have an incentive, so that way you can have people in that clan, like say they're only doing level 4s and stuff, be able to contribute as a
increase
fleet.
Rewards,
increase the rewards, all of that stuff. So, and then
like
Dragon
fleet-based missions.
Yeah, and then Dragon, as a new player, what do you think would be a fair incentive to make you go up in challenges, or try and like go against bots more often than you would go against bugs?
I'm thinking this whole thing is team-based, which is great. But if you can't get the team together and you don't want to play with randos, how about putting some low-level solo stuff to polish your skills, to give you a little bit of a challenge without completely obliterating
Have you ran levels 1 through 3 solo yet?
I tried level 2 solo and got my ass handed to me.
So the more time you put into that, and the more you polish out your own loadout on what you like to use for which enemy, you'll notice it is completely possible to do. Like level 1 and level 2 are 100% possible to do on solo, because you're not having to worry about major issues like chargers. But then on level 3, you have the opportunity to do missions specifically towards charger. So there will be only 1 or 2 on the map in total, which will allow you to work on dealing with them. So I would definitely try to put yourself in there as much as you can, and this game, I can say for sure, is a game that you develop the skills on through gameplay. So the more you play, the better you get. I 100% believe in that, because it's very just freaking horde killing. So the longer you play and the more you learn when to use what skills or weaponry, like the better you'll get.
So if I can
Something
interrupt.
they might think about, like advanced training things. Because I played the tutorial like 3 times before I actually tried to play the game, just so I could get everything
Right.
sorted out in my head.
Hey, Monarch.
But it might be nice to have,
Combat training.
yeah.
So I
Different-
think
Combat
level
training,
of
yeah,
combat.
training grounds would be cool, but yeah, the more you play, for sure, the better you'll get. I honestly think like if you're gonna get on, for you specifically, if you're gonna get on more, you should DM us and we'll fucking like I'll stop what I'm doing to jump in with you if you need help.
I
So-
understand the reasoning asking for like more training for that, but lore-wise for the game, to me, it makes no sense.
Yeah,
You're basically fresh out of high school, and they just say, "Here's a cape, here's armor, go do
get in
this."
there.
go get
Yeah,
it.
because you're just a body. Like you gotta remember, like the intent is to die. Like you are,
Mhm.
you can accomplish the mission and die before extract, and it will still say mission accomplished, because your life doesn't matter. So, like that's
So-
the premise of it too.
If I can interject really quick, right? And to kind of like try and get focus on what Dragon's saying and answer Great One's question. I think what Dragon was trying to say is like actually set up solo missions to be primarily like, hey, you're going to do this covert mission really quick. The map might be a little bit smaller. It's not necessarily big enough to spawn in a whole swarm of bugs. I understand the idea is to get better. But I think basically having a solo play, because there are people that just don't have friends and that can't deal with randos, but having a solo playthrough type of mission or a solo mission, just not and then have that set up as like you only have like 3 difficulties for that solo kind of thing, that would probably invite more people to play. And I understand in Perfecta, yeah, it makes no sense. You're part of a team, you're part of this fleet, you're part of the army. At the same time though, like even I mean, I'm not military, but you could say like, hey, there are covert missions with one dude that goes in and does a shitload of stuff, and they're supposed to, and
It would
then
have to be a
extract.
different unit. It would be a different
Yeah.
units as well. Like you wouldn't be a typical Helldiver in order to do that. That's
Well,
and
it
I
would
agree
be-
with Perfecto on how that's not 100. Like it would be okay to do. Like I think I agree with you, but I also disagree. Just because it's like
I think
the
it would be
premise
Black
of the
Ops
game
missions.
is to be as many is literally us to like what is it? Accuracy through volume of fire is basically the whole premise of this game.
Basically, World War
Basic.
One transfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it basically
It
follows
is
the
a
40k logic.
Yes,
Okay.
it does. And I don't think adding in solo style stuff like that is gonna help the game, because like that stuff isn't really the intention. The intention is for us to win for the greater good regardless of our like what happens to us. It's not about us because our lives are not important. So doing like a covert, because you can do covert, you can play a game and not engage anything. You can go quiet and sneak around. It's
Right.
entirely possible. Me and Imperfect have tested that before.
Oh yeah, I've even
Um,
done it.
But it's like it's like you can't, if we start adding those kind of things and we start doing that stuff, like I mean just right here on this clip that you were just showing a second ago, like you freaking fragging yourself just to kill the bugs around you so your buddies can keep doing what they're doing. Like the game is about sacrifice 100%. So even if you're not good at the game, a body is a body regardless.
Oh yeah,
We've seen how effective a terrible player can be and a great player can be, and the difference. You know what I mean?
right.
Like, I mean, I've done it with you and Imperfecta where you guys took me through a hell dive, and I was not doing that great at all, but you guys were taking care of objectives. So I just started going out there and just, you know what I mean, engaging and bringing them to me, and they left you guys alone. And I'm like, bro, it's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Just dropping 380 pound, 380 millimeter freaking bombs on myself. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But it accomplishes the mission. So it's just, I really think it's just the more you play, the better you'll get, and you have to commit. And I don't think they should sacrifice that, honestly. It's a really good quality in the game that most games don't have. You know what I
It's a
mean?
very core component of the actual game itself.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
it
so
loses
instead of
itself in
solo
doing
mis-
that.
missions, don't a lot of games, when you get a new monster or a new weapon, give you kind of a vignette to go into and practice with it?
yeah. So like a
they
firing
did the
range or
tutorial.
something.
Yeah, I mean, a firing range wouldn't be a bad idea. Like that wouldn't be bad, but they would have to implement that, like what we were talking about, like a player hub or something like that, where they can put that in, and like test new weapon types and sort of
Mhm.
I mean, stuff like that. That
Here's
wouldn't be
the
bad.
R&D
But-
section of the
but,
game.
but to answer your question with the enemies, right? They already have that. So in the lower levels, right, before you actually see them on the map, like just randomly, there are missions specifically where you go and take out the larger bugs or the larger bots. Yeah, you take like chargers, for instance. There are a lot of missions where you go into the mission and there's 2 chargers on the map and you got to go take both of those out, and that's subjective. So it teaches you have that opportunity to learn a little bit of how to deal with those.
So somebody tossed me in a level that had chargers and I didn't.
Are you talking about our time? Together time. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was they didn't have like the charger. We were trying to do a level 4 and there was like 2 chargers
charger
like
hubs.
fucking us up, and I was kind of like I was trying to like get my shit, and I kept getting killed by stuff, and then Dragon killed me, and then like it was a lot of fun.
And that's that's like a big part of the game.
Yeah.
So, which I think is hilarious that that's a major part of the game too. It's the friendly fire. Like I enjoy that aspect of it. It really makes you work harder as a team. The game is not supposed to be easy or hold your hand, and I love that it does that. Just like Imperfecta was saying, you're dropping in as a brand new freaking. You gotta think of it as like every Helldiver is brand fucking new. Like it's we haven't seen any, because when you finish the mission, you come out, you're covered in blood still, and you go into the next mission covered in blood. Why? Because now, well, you live through the last mission. That typically doesn't happen. Pretty much every time you drop in, you're dropping in to go fight and die. Like you're not dropping in to
Hold on, I gotta
accomplish, you
be
go to the
right
next
back.
mission.
Hold on, sorry.
6, 7, something
Oh,
like that.
no, okay.
8.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. Yeah, we just got to get you leveled up. That's all it is. So as a fire team, like we'll play with you more, Dragon. To get once you get to a higher level, you got more equipment unlocked. Like it'll be a lot
more.
Yeah.
And you can start like using your medals to unlock better weapons and stuff like that.
We're back.
Yeah.
I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah, you definitely know. So chat did not hear anything.
Yeah, I'm so fucking sorry. I had to panic there for a second. Dinner kicked my ass. Anyway, yeah. So what were we talking about?
But yeah, so as you go into the game, even chat, you guys got to maintain this mentality that your life is not important and the greater good is the most important thing. The only thing that matters is accomplishing the mission. Nothing else is important.
You see, and
playing
that's,
this game as
I
a
keep
team.
playing it like other games where I will go in and I expect to survive.
Yeah, don't expect to survive. You should in Helldive. I don't think I played with Purple and Imperfecta. Well, and I think we've had other people with us too, and Great One and everybody else. I don't think I've ever played Helldive and came out with like more than maybe 1 or 2 lives left over.
Yeah, it sounds like
Like-
a normal whole day.
Yeah.
Average Helldive experience.
Average Helldive experience. Yes.
The
Yeah, I
only
I've seen
optional
us-
objective is extraction.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Alright.
optional objective.
Well,
I shall adjust
I disagree
myself
with that.
then
I
and try
disagree
this
with that.
again.
the optional objective is survive.
Yeah, because you don't have to extract to survive either. That's true. Because you can like miss extraction and like somebody extracts and leaves, and the rest of the team is still there fighting. Which I do think they really should add as a bonus objective or a bonus event after extract. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you get out of here, bro. We'll hold them off, and then you just fight until you're dead. You know what I mean? Because that's super Helldive accuracy. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like Imperfecta, me, you, and Dragon are all together, and we put Dragon on the bird. We're like, just get the fuck out, and she's leaving, and we're fighting off bugs because I don't know. Maybe they make something cool where they make it to where the bird can be destroyed. So we're holding him off while she's extracting. You know what I mean? That would be sick.
Get in the truck.
Get in the
Get
truck!
the fuck in there. Get to the chopper.
Yeah, sponsor me, Dude Wipes, please.
Dude wipes.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, dude.
But yeah, Helldivers is a shit. You guys should try it out and play it. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
If you guys haven't tried it out, I definitely recommend doing it. If you're waiting for it to be on sale, that's okay too. It's only $40 right now, and you know, it is one
Only
hell of a
$40.
game. Okay, I'm
For
sorry.
what you get and how
For
much
what
fun
you-
it is, $40 is a fucking steal for this game.
I was agreeing. No, I was agreeing. I'm sorry. I was agreeing. $40 is cheap compared to like $60 fucking dollars for other shit, or like the $120 for
70.
fucking Call of Duty. Like Jesus, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, multiple
you're gonna
LZs
enjoy
would be
this.
awesome. Great
Yeah,
one.
multiple
Yeah.
LZs like you would see in a game that we were kind of getting mad about earlier today for what they did. It would be fantastic.
What do you guys think about
Well,
this?
so-
This is something I think I brought up to Imperfecta before. Was what
So-
about fake missions where there's supposed to be an objective, but you get there and there's not, and like. Great One puts in this great thing. There's multiple LZs, but they are covered in enemies. Like
About that,
You
that's
know?
something else that's actually nice about this, because you can actually preemptively call in the extract, and it will just sit there and wait for you. Which
well, for so long. Yeah, you guys.
it will stay there.
No,
It will
so
stay
we
there from
actually
the beginning to the end.
ran into an issue that it didn't do that. the extract got
Yeah,
called
'cause of the
in,
time on it.
and then the door opened up, and I didn't get inside at all, but the countdown started from like 12 seconds, and I was just like,
Yes.
guys, and like fucking Jay and Great One are like hella far away,
It's not
so
supposed to work.
no, it's
but
not.
it does. It does. Well, so there's like I've noticed that too, because like the pilot will talk and be like, "We're only gonna be here for so long, like we gotta go," and it's just like, "Oh shit, okay."
Yeah, for the extract thing to work, you have to get out of the extract area for it to provide air support for you before it lands.
Okay.
So if you get out of there before it lands, when it says basically like,
That might have
hey,
been
we're
what
coming
happened.
in, before it says, okay, coming in for a landing, you got to get out of extraction zone. It'll actually sit in the air and provide fire support from the air for you.
Okay.
Didn't know that.
Sweet.
That's
So we'll have to
good
give that a shot. But I think that's
Yeah,
gonna
but
cover.
Helldivers.
Yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up with our Helldivers discussion. Unless anybody from chat wants to add, or Imperfecta or Arcanine Dragon. If you guys want to add anything, now's last chance.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Imperfecta's in the game right now. So
Yeah, he's in there fighting bots right now.
I'm currently fist fighting a tank.
that's hot.
That sounds very Imperfecta-esque.
So I'm gonna let Earthbound Reaper take over from here for Incursion, a game that he has been enjoying right now.
Yes, actually, yeah, that's a big one. There was an update that just came out yesterday. Let me check my thing real quick. Yeah, no, today. This came out today. So there's a big ass hotfix that came out today. So the update for 1.0.14.6, right? They increased AI count. They adjusted default AI settings according to feedback. So they've actually adjusted them a little bit so that they react to different situations at different times. So, because like you can adjust the difficulty in the game where you can make the AI react to noise and things like that. Depending on how close you are to them or how close that's happening, right? So if you shoot at enemies and there's an enemy 100 meters away, you can adjust it to where he reacts within 75. So he's not, you know what I mean?
Okay.
There's different, it helps with the difficulty, but they did adjust it, the default, so that they react a little bit, they react from a bit farther away, which is good, you know what I mean? Because if I hear bullets firing, you know what I mean, a good ways away, I'm gonna have questions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Increase the player footstep alert radius, because unlike a lot of people have been telling me, people are like, there's no way, they don't hear your footsteps, they're AI. No, they do hear your fucking footsteps, and the hotfix just told us that they increased our footstep alert radius, meaning how far away they are from us when they hear us coming. So this, you being silent is important. This is a very tactical game. We're actually watching the footage from one of my YouTube videos I dropped out.
Watch his shit.
Increase AI shout out for help radius. This is a big one too. So the AI actually communicate to each other. However, it feels like they're not actually reacting to each other when they do. So they are actually increasing that distance for where they can communicate, and they've actually added a fix later on in some of the fixes where they actually react to each other. The AI will communicate to each other, which is good. That's healthy for the game. It's going to create a more diverse enemy, right? They've also increased patrols, or added patrols. So there's group AI in the game now that are patrolling the map. So you can't just spawn in and they're always in the default location. They're moving around, and there's enemies moving around with enemies standing still.
And they're
It's
going to
pretty
react
dope.
when something happens to one of them.
Correct. Or if they see you. So if you're behind an enemy and you're far enough away where they don't fucking hear you walking, because you do make sound, they won't see you. If you have your laser on their back, they won't see you. We've tested this out with Irish and my newfound friend, Contraband Gaming, up there in the right-hand corner of the screen.
Watch his shit.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy too. He's a veteran U.S. Army tanker, great guy. But yeah, so we tested some of these things out too. They've also added new flanking, or they've added new cover and everything into the game. So there's more shit on the map, so you can actually take cover behind stuff, and the cover has been fucked with a little bit. And then they've added more enemies' ability to use tactics. So now that they know where you're at, or the general area of where you're at, they'll flank you. They'll produce a situation where, you know, one or two enemies are firing and engaging you, so you're focused on the front, and they'll rotate, and one or two of them will rotate around the left or right hand side and flank you. So there'll be some L-shaped infantry maneuvers going on, which is amazing. You know what I mean? So I think that's going to be awesome and really healthy for the game. It's going to create a more diverse and tactical feel in the game. But this is not a game where you should be running around and shooting.
We're moving to the next subject.
Yes, please.
Okay, so moving on. Oh shit, let me turn this off. Hold on. Jesus Christ. hear myself still. Okay, anyway, moving on. Baldur's Gate came out with a new update for the game that adds new endings. Dragon and I will be taking on the segment because we've been playing some Baldur's Gate, so you guys have experience as well with some Baldur's Gate, so you can feel free to add on. I think they added 2 different endings for the Dirge, as well as there are talks of the, I know there are mods available on Vortex for the game, but I think they're going to allow for the Steam modding community type deal to actually happen, and that after that happens, they're going to be done with this game and moving on to bigger and better projects. I am excited for any type of update regarding Baldur's Gate. It is BAFTA winner games. It definitely deserves all the rewards that it's gotten throughout the year, and I honestly highly recommend this game to anybody that likes and doesn't even know what D&D is. Definitely try it out. It is a great introduction into the D&D realm, and it's just a great game overall. So what's next for Baldur's Gate 3 is that they still have hold on. Sorry. They still have a few tricks up their sleeves, and they're working on getting their next game update, patch 7, which will add improved evil endings to the game for even darker conclusions to your most sinister playthroughs, and yes, that includes you non-Dirge players. So what that basically means too is like, hey, you know, even if you're not doing Dark Urge and you're just being a bad boy or bad girl or bad whatever out there, you have different endings as well, which is pretty nice because it does having multiple endings in any type of video game, especially an RPG game, is very welcome in my opinion, and definitely adds to you like feeling like your choice made a difference. Is there anything like you're excited for the Baldur's Gate update that's coming out?
I am excited to see what the different Dirge stuff, because when it first shocked me when I started playing that particular game, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, this little thing over here will tweak it that way. This little thing over here will tweak it this way. And so I'm really excited to explore all the different rabbit holes this is going to take us. It just makes it a more... It's not just the same playthrough each time. You're not making the same choices. You can really tweak the outcome with all the stuff that they're bringing to this.
Definitely. I like that a lot, honestly. And as somebody that's been playing the game so far, how have you been liking the game as a whole? Like, what's like one of your favorite things about Baldur's Gate 3 so far?
It's hard to say. It's, I guess, the variety of the way you can combine the classes, the way you can completely throw out all the other characters and do your own thing with the hirelings, where you can there's so many avenues to make it your own game in something that they've made.
Like the character manipulation within your own teams and everything.
Yeah. I keep starting new games and going, into Act 1, and let's see if this goes together. Let's see if I put.
There's a lot of experimentation for sure.
Yeah, it's the experimentation. It's the whole. A lot of games I like to make one of each class and one of each subclass, and this is making my ADD just go nuts because I'm like, oh wait, this would work even better. So I've currently got a sorcerer, warlock, bard. We're level 3, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And for someone who wasn't used to, had never had 5th edition, I stopped at 2nd edition in D&D. This has been a great introduction to that system without it being overwhelming.
For sure. I definitely agree. I honestly, I was in love with this game since day one, when I even played it in earlier access. So I definitely. Yeah, exactly. And I can't wait for them to come out with the mods, because even with the other games like Original Sin, the mods just changed the game altogether. Like, I mean, we see that in the modding that happens in Fallout 4. We see that in modding that happen in Skyrim as well, where it can completely change the game and the whole experience as well. So I'm very excited to see this. But the fact is that, yeah, my wife is putting me on blast right now and saying he was obsessed with the game. So yeah. But yeah, so I'm excited to see what the modding community does when they actually start to release it. I can't wait to see the other endings for the Dirge or the Evil playthroughs as well. It's definitely going to be really cool and interesting, just, to see like, okay, well, now I think there was like a shitload of endings already. So just sprinkling on top, this definitely shows me like, oh, even though this game has been out for a while, they still give a shit. Like, and yeah.
teasers they've got on there are just, I'm just so excited
Right.
to get to that point, and the music, yeah.
The music is amazing. Down by the river will be stuck in my fucking head forever.
I know, right?
As a
As
paladin player,
long as
I
it
can-
takes me
Wait.
to make
Down
a
by the river?
character.
Are you talking about like the cadence style down by the river?
No, just like the song. Bum, 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 down by the river, and it's just like every time.
Oh, yeah. I was like trying to put it back in my head, and I was like, because the only thing that when I hear down by the river, I hear the cadence.
Yeah.
So
Down
It's
by
that
the
song that
river.
plays when you're editing your character and you're choosing your class and you're creating your character.
Yeah. No, I
It
got
can
it.
take more than 15 minutes, which I can take an hour or more to fine tune it. It's stuck in your head for days.
Yeah. But it's good though.
It is very
as
good.
the resident paladin player, I condemn all of you for going Dark Urge.
I
Just
will-
saying.
I will
we
make
did
you break
ours.
it,
You remember
Hunter.
I lost my oath. Imperfecta and I were trying not to break our oath, and for some fucking reason, mine just like broke. What was the reason for that? I don't even remember.
I don't remember, but we do need to go back through and do a new
it
playthrough
again.
that soon.
Yeah, we do. Need
I would
to do
love
that
to
again.
do that with you
I'm
guys.
thinking
A full
I'm
paladin
thinking-
group.
Dude, a full honor run. Oh my
Yeah,
god, that'd be so
full
fun.
honor paladin. Oh, bro, that would be great.
Yeah. Can you actually do a group of Dark Urge?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, not Dark
Yeah, you
Urge
can do-
exactly. Can you? Would it be Dark Urge, or would it
Pretty
just be?
I'm pretty sure you can do a full group of Dark Urge.
Well,
Everything
even if not, I'm
is-
sure with the new update they'll bring that in.
Oh god, I'd love to try that.
Mm-hmm.
All of us almost just trying to murder each other the whole fucking time.
For everyone else, see
Yeah.
who can murder the most. Jeez,
Oh my god.
I'm having deployment vibes.
We wouldn't
I'm just
fucking
kidding.
be able.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We wouldn't be able to fucking get any quests done. Like literally every time we talk to him. I don't know. This person would look better with a red necktie. Yeah. So
sword.
definitely can't wait to be able to get on Baldur's Gate a little bit more and definitely play with Dragon, Reaper, and Imperfecta. We just wanted to touch
That would
base
be a
really
cool
quickly
series.
on here.
That would be a cool series. That would, teach
It
you,
would be.
that would fix your problem that you're having with not being able to commit to a game lately because they've been boring.
Yeah.
Dude,
Stir the
I mean, you're
pot.
not wrong.
then
I'm not
make
wrong.
rolls
I know I'm
red.
not.
I know what I'm
Actually,
reinstalling
Purple.
tonight.
Purple, I need you to ask Cam the question about the thing that we're planning off
I mean,
screen.
Yeah, but he can't build a fucking nuke and destroy everything. But anyway.
Yes, he knows.
Artificer. Don't tell me I can't play an artificer.
You can play an artificer, you just can't build a fucking nuke.
You see, this is where you're wrong.
You can. I know you fucking can. But in the fucking homebrew that we're doing, you're not dropping a nuke. Just know. I know you know how to do it, but we're not going
Okay,
that crap.
what if I make a giant metal
Just-
Tarask?
Oh my god, nothing that is going to fuck up the game. Like, just play the game, but without fucking it up.
I wanted him to annoy you and take his annoyance away from me.
God damn it.
Okay, so if that's the case, I'm introducing guns.
There are guns.
Actually, no,
are,
there's
there,
yeah.
there
don't worry
are
about it.
Black
there
Album.
are.
Wait, we
there
can't
are-
talk about this. Hold on.
Hey,
We
yeah.
can't talk about this.
Okay. Anyway, yeah.
That's why I
Let's
said off screen.
let's go back to Baldur's Gate. Anyway, learning from our journey with you, it's no secret the game dev is one gigantic learning curve, but it's these learnings and your feedback that help us improve. Oh, so we're introducing additional internal playtesting ahead of releases to support our. The dog is being a dog somewhere. I don't know where he's at.
Let him dog. Let that dog go.
And we're live.
I know, right?
With patch 7 being packed full of bug fixes and new features we've yet to go into detail on, there will also be a closed beta on PC where a select number of players worldwide will be given an opportunity to
love
test the
you,
latest
Dragon.
update. I love that. Aussie's with my wife. Okay, fantastic.
We did not.
And looking to the future, being given the chance to develop a game set in the Dungeons & Dragons universe has been a dream to come true for all of us, but as Swen recently confirmed, we won't be introducing any major new narrative content to the story of Baldur's Gate 3 or origin characters and companions, nor will we be making expansions or a Baldur's Gate 4. As an independent studio since 1996, fuck, they're younger than me, now I feel old, but anyway, we value the freedom to follow our creativity wherever it leads. In this case, after 6 years in Forgotten Realms and much discussion and rumination, we've decided to seize this opportunity to develop our own IPs. We're currently working on 2 new projects, and we couldn't be more excited about what the future has in store. It's still early days. We'll tell you more about those later down the line, but know that even as our focus turns to these new games, the sensibilities that brought you to Baldur's Gate 3 are alive and well here at the Valerian Castle. So, how do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel like that there's not really going to be a Baldur's Gate 4?
I'm okay with that because I know I know some inside scoop stuff with what's kind of going down with the D&D kind of shit. 'Cause I've got a buddy that did work for the people that did work on Baldur's Gate, and I know what the intention is going to be on the next thing that they are intending to do. This D&D side of gaming. So it's gonna be cool, even though they're not gonna make one. If there's some new shit that's gonna be coming around on the horizon that's gonna be sick and epic, just as much, if not worse than this one. It's gonna take your time away from your life again, so it's fine.
I mean,
So I think Baldur's Gate 3 is actually the perfect ending to the Baldur's Gate series.
I agree.
Like it's
They
perfectly
need to
fine.
move
to end
into
it
a
this way.
different area of the Forgotten Realms if they're going to do anything else.
Don't worry about it. It's coming.
Waterdeep, they haven't
This might be
revisited Icewind Dale. I mean, there's all kinds of...
Yeah, there's gonna be a whole new fucking slew of shit. It's gonna be all. I'm not gonna get too much. They're like, it's a talking thing on the table right now that they're doing, but there is gonna be a really cool thing going on next to this. It'll be cool to do what this is gonna happen coming, and then go back and play this on the side of it too. And it's gonna be sick. That's in the far future.
Yeah, dude.
forward to that.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Dude, honestly, this is a great studio. I can't wait to see what they come out with next. They've definitely done a great job all around with the games that I played from them. I haven't only played Baldur's Gate 3, but I played Divinity Original Sin, and I love the hell out of that game as well.
Yeah,
I was never like a big top-down kind of guy, but this game definitely like got me into it a little bit more. Yeah, so
it's sick.
I just can't wait to see what they do next. And honestly, I'm excited for it. And not everything needs like fucking trilogy or a shitload of sequels. Honestly, I think Great One and I talked about this before, where we were talking about like somebody doing it's not Facelift or something, like they were Nicolas Cage and now they're trying to make another Face Off or whatever
Face
thing.
Off,
Yeah, and we don't need another one. It's okay. Just
Certain
leave it
things
play.
need to be. Certain franchises need to have what they have and stop. Like,
Yeah, exactly. And I think this is one of those moments where it's like, hey, this game is going to be talked about for a very long time, and I can't
look at the graphics of it. It's gonna be a long time before those are old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So
This game was.
great job, Larian
Now,
Studios.
what
You
they
can
need
applause
to
for me.
do is bring Champions of Norath to PC.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm
No, I
dumb.
like
And what's Champions of Norath?
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
so
I told you. I knew that was going to come next. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, purple.
you had on Xbox and PS2, you had Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1 and Dark Alliance 2. And then
Okay.
a spin-off from this whole Forgotten Realms stuff was the Champions of Norath 1 and 2. And
Okay.
in that, you actually had Dritstord show up, and you actually got to play him in the second one. And so it's like a side deal, but they never come out of the Xbox thing. And it's like the Dark Alliance 1 and 2 are now on Steam, where they've remade those games. What are you laughing at, Reaper?
That's nasty, Mega Daisy.
That's what I did in
Not
the bathroom earlier. Anyway.
That's not ladylike.
Anyways, it's suffice it to say it's set in the same Forgotten Realms deal, but it was an awesome isometric top-down.
Emotional damage.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
send me
definitely
send me a
check
link. The fucking chat's like popping off. But yeah, okay, cool. I'll have to check it out. I'm sorry that I'm dumb. So, but anyway,
No, it's an obscure game. It
is.
really
It's
is.
awful.
It's an obscure title.
It's a back shelf game, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
so besides all of that, I know Reaper, you wanted to talk about Fallout 4 a little bit more. Do you want to like touch base on that just a little bit here before we start getting towards the
Yeah,
end?
I'm upset. I'm a little upset. Yeah, I'm a little
The
upset.
giant horse cock
So the new
weighs over
update
11
that just came
pounds.
out for Fallout 4, it's a free kind of expansion update. Okay. They were talking about this for like a month, right? They were like, we're gonna add all this content, we're gonna add all this stuff, it's gonna be so cool. And then like I get into the game today while I was on stream, and I'm like, okay, cool. So they brought in the Enclave, right? Let's go fucking kill the Enclave because I'm Brotherhood, right? And well, there's like 2 missions, and it takes all of like 2 minutes to do them. You just have to get there because I play on survival, so I gotta travel everywhere, right? Luckily,
What the
chat,
dog doing?
or the everybody over on our stream wanted to do a Brotherhood playthrough, so I have access to vertebrates, which was dope. But yeah, there's like not that much. So they brought in the XO2 power armor for them, like the Enclave XO2, and they brought in the Hellfire power armor, which is not that great, but it's still cool. You know what I mean? And then they brought in Heavy Incinerator, Tesla Cannon, and they brought they brought back some more of the tech, you know what I mean, like the Enclave tech that they use in their encampments and things like that, you know what I mean. And they hinted towards the Enclave's existence and their presence turning into excursions within the Commonwealth. What upsets me about it the most is that, because this the focus point that I have for this is the Enclave portion, right? Because that's the biggest part that they brought into it, because of the whole understanding that after the Capital Wasteland we destroyed the Enclave, so they were defeated, but there are other places right now. So I'm a little upset because there was not enough content for them to introduce a faction of this scale in the manner that they did, and the fact that they brought it to Fallout 4 in a game that Fallout 4 is done. You know what I mean? Like we took care of that business, right? We should be moving on, and rather than focusing their efforts. And I think I've talked to Imperfecto about this a bit too. Like they have a developing team for 76, but the game studio's lead like game developing team is not working on 76. Right, they have a separate group that's doing that, so they could be completely focusing on the new development for Fallout 5, which is going to be a thing. It's just going to be in like 2030, right?
Right.
And I think I agree
If we get there.
with some of the stuff that's been coming out on like IGN is that Fallout's not one of those games that's on the shelf anymore. The shelf life for Fallout is like severely lacking. The fact that they made a show was cool. It's helpful for Obsidian, for Bethesda, and everything. Blah blah blah. That's cool. But I think Microsoft should take advantage of this opportunity and push them to make Fallout 5 sooner than 2030. Just for the life of the franchise, right? It's my favorite franchise of all the games. I enjoy this game more than I did Halo. But
How dare you?
Everybody said that, but I'm like, dude, it was one
I'm
of the first
joking.
games I
I'm
ever
joking.
played. You know what I mean? No,
Yeah,
I'm saying like everyone says that. But I'm like, it's the first fucking game I ever played was Halo 3, and then I went, or sorry, not Halo 3, Fallout 3, and then I went back, played Fallout 1, 2, 3, New Vegas, and I played Fallout 4, and I played 76, which has gotten better. But with them bringing the Enclave in the way they did, I think they didn't do them any justice, because the Enclave is still alive and strong in the Midwest.
Oh yeah.
It's very strong. So right now there are 3 factions. There's the NCR, the Enclave, and the Brotherhood. Those are the 3 fucking factions right now that are like the powerhouses, right? In the Wasteland.
Good night.
And the fact that they did
We'll
the
get some
Enclave
more.
this dirty without bringing them in the way they should have with a full force, like they did with Elder Lion beat the hell out of the Enclave. Yeah, they beat them pushed them so far out of the Capital Wasteland. He then created an excursion, right, almost an entire chapter to chase them down and eradicate them. But they thought that was the base. It's not the base. There is a larger base, which we found out through the DLCs. I don't remember Imperfecto. You can tell me which one. But
why.
one of the DLCs told us that there is an entire Enclave like fucking institution, and then we find this out during the show that there is a full-blown, like, they are not weak, they are strong. So
this is where the games get it wrong from the actual story, and same with the show. So Fallout 3, you go through the DLCs and everything, they had I forgot what Air Force Base it was, but they had their major base at the Air Force Base. They had their quote-unquote president, which is not actually the case. He was not the actual president.
Wait. You said that
Fallout 3's DLC.
Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. No, I was trying to get on track. Yeah.
That was their major base in the Capital Wasteland. That was their quote-unquote major base. Then you had their bunker that controlled their quote-unquote president, which, again, not the president. their major base is actually on an oil rig off the coast of California.
Correct.
That's where the actual enclave is.
But if we remember, and I think we talked about this earlier today too, is that the situation that there's two different storylines going on at the same time right now. There's the West Coast and the East Coast, completely detached from each other.
Okay.
Like they know what's going on, they're not together.
So
But yeah.
regarding updates for the game and
That's
the actual
the biggest
game
update,
Fallout
and it's
4, okay.
Yeah, the information we're going through is why I'm upset. Is because they introduced the Enclave like it's a small excursion, like a raider team or the Gunners, right?
Okay.
It's a small group of them, and it's not the case. Like it's like I beat the hell out of them in like maybe what imperfect like 30 minutes. I finished out the whole
If
fucking
that.
Echoes of the Past thing. Yeah, and I mean, granted, I did it with an entire squad of 12 Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah.
You know, people like I had myself and 4 other knights in armor, and then I had the rest of our scribes. But still, like the
Especially
Enclave
with
is
you-
not weak.
Yeah, especially
not
with you
weak.
doing it on survival. You know, the Brotherhood of Steel, technology-wise, is significantly inferior to the Enclave.
Well, you saw me while I was playing it. Like, I mean, I have modern weapons installed on my game because it's cool. Like, it's nice. Which there's nothing wrong with that. That mod. It's a good mod. But when I was in, I think you were watching.
Are
I
you
was
cheating, bro?
using the Gatling
Just
laser
joking.
or the Gatling laser, right? And
Yeah.
I was still smoking them.
Yeah,
Like,
and-
these guys are the XO2 power armor is so strong that
To
the
bring-
Brotherhood of Steel had a specific mission in Fallout 3, the original Fallout 3, like not the DLCs, but they had missions where you would go retrieve that armor and bring it back and turn it in
Yeah,
because
so they could
wanted
learn
to
about how to use it.
build it. Yeah, so
And
they're not
then
doing
it goes
any
to
justice to it.
goes to them bringing him to Fallout 4, and it completely is like, it's like, who are these guys? I don't recognize this.
Well, you saw the Hellfire armor. It doesn't look anything like it did in fucking Fallout 3. I mean, the XO2, they did that right. They did that right. It looks way nicer. Tell me it doesn't. Like, it looks...
Oh, it looks nice.
Like
It's just
shit. I'm just joking.
You're stupid. The Hellfire
Bringing
looks... It looks like combat armor. It doesn't look like
Bringing
power
it-
armor.
Yeah, bringing in who is supposed to be quote unquote the major faction in the Wasteland, who's controlling everything from the shadows, other than the Institute. I mean, that's a different story for another time. But it's like,
Yeah.
why would you do
Fallout
them that dirty?
They
Why-
did
why
them
would you
so
do them that
dirty. And like we were talking, okay, we were joking about how like the Enclave is the Grace. They're not. They're not. They are horrible human. They are horrible people. Like
I
they
mean,
do
kind of
bad
everybody's an
shit.
asshole in Fallout. So.
No.
Yeah, so-
Okay, so when I was reading in the terminals, yeah, and this is some
What
of the
have I
stuff too that made me mad. No, this is the parts in the update that are coming from this mission that are not okay, right?
okay.
They installed in there that there are fusion cores in the area, right? There are certain weapon types in the area that they want to
Yeah.
procure, but then they're like, but the Brotherhood's there, so don't engage them. But if somebody has them, if settlers have them, use any means necessary, including torture, to achieve that item. Also, eliminate
saying.
all individuals, and then procure the item. Meaning, even if they don't know you have it, they're gonna shoot on sight. They're gonna just kill you and then see if you have it. If you don't, oh well. And
Yeah.
bro, they're not.
Yeah,
That's good towards what's going on, but they're not bringing enough presence to make that feel like a realistic threat. Because the Brotherhood still feel, and I'll agree with Imperfected, but there's also another side of it that I don't think that everybody else notices. Elder Maxon is the shit. He is a monster. His ability right now, the way he's designed the Brotherhood on the East Coast, is that he can rebolster those numbers at any point in time. So he has a full-on army that most factions in the Wasteland can't combat. So it's just, they did the Brotherhood right with Fallout 4, but they are not doing the Enclave right at all. And unless they're foreshadowing. If they're foreshadowing for Fallout 5, well then I'm even more upset because they're not planning on doing Fallout 5 until fucking 2030, which is a pain in my ass because I want that game and that franchise back on the shelf. I want it on the shelf before fucking the new Elder Scrolls.
I want
because
Elder Scrolls first. I've been.
I want it to come out beforehand because they need a
I
redemption
want
from
Elder
76.
Scrolls 6 before I die, please.
Same.
You're not gonna die before Elder Scrolls 6, Dragon. You're
Really?
21 years old.
old?
You're 21 years old. Calm down.
Yeah, no, that's what you're saying though, Earth. Like, if it is foreshadowing that the Enclave is going to be coming in, no, again, they just,
They didn't do a
it's
good
too
job.
short of an update.
It's an
you
update.
know.
It's not an expansion, even though that's what they were saying it is. It's a free expansion. If you, by the way, okay, and I know I'm upset and everything, chat, and I'm sorry because typically that's not how we do things on this podcast. But if you do want to go check it out, it is a free update. You can go to Fallout 4 on your game, click on the store, and download the free update. You do need it for certain mods and everything that are coming out now, because all the mods were ported, but they have to do an update on them, which didn't take them much effort. But almost all your mods will work with the game. You just need to understand that the Enclave will not feel like the Enclave at all.
Yeah, so it's like if you ever played the original Fallouts, dude, if you remember Frank.
Okay, we're gonna leave that stuff for we're gonna you know what? If Purple lets us, we'll do a Fallout
We'll go over
full
Fallout stuff
thing
another
later,
time.
another week.
Yeah.
But no, it's
I've heard of Frank. So Master Chief will win in that fight. But anyway,
wow, you stop it right now.
Anyway.
Hard, I'm telling you right now.
I will have to tell you right now.
Okay. Those were fighting words. All right, my bad. Anyway,
I'm telling you, as a Halo fanboy, read all the books, everything. Frank would beat his ass.
okay, sure, but
And no, he is
sure.
he is, yeah. Oh, that's something you need to bring up in like the next future podcast when because there's some updates coming up for the new Halo shit.
Yeah,
you can bring us into that shit.
yeah,
That's
I've
a
been wanting
doozy.
to.
That's a whole
Yeah.
podcast, though.
Exactly.
Halo
I've been
is a
wanting.
whole podcast.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get back into Halo with people too. But,
He's your man.
but yeah, so with all that stuff being said, old games getting worked on, indie studios like making these fantastic games, we run into this question of like, when the fuck is a AAA title is gonna fucking pick back up and actually be good again? Like, we see issues where like we get a bunch of copy paste games, everybody tries to follow Fortnite and their way of doing things, and then people follow how Call of Duty does stuff, and then we get lucky with like a rare time where like, you know, you have a single player campaigns where those are okay, but when it comes to multiplayer live services games, we keep seeing these bigger studios fall short. And like Helldivers, not a full price game. Incursion, not a full price game. You're enjoying the fuck out of it. It looks like a pretty good game in my opinion. I know Imperfecta has other opinions about like how the AI could be better, and like a lot of other games, yeah, I agree that AI could be better.
He still thinks it's a good game, but he doesn't think it's ready.
Yeah, and I agree, it's not ready. Like there is a lot of stuff that could get fixed in Incursion, and like even in Gray Zone, that I've seen some gameplay where I was like, really, is that really it? But yeah,
I
EFT.
think I can answer your question. I think when the gaming community and the gaming what's the word, corporation, I guess you could call it, right? Like on the production side of gaming, I think once they stop listening to the loud screams of, hey, I want it now and I want this, I think when they stop doing that and go back to what gaming was, where it was, we're going to create something that's cool and fun and something we really want to do, and then the gaming community goes into it with an open mind because they're forced to. You know what I mean? It'll redevelop the way gamers used to be. Because, I mean, Imperfecta, you and Dragon can all agree. Back then, when Fallout New Vegas came out, right? Fallout New Vegas came out alongside of a couple other AAA titles. All of those AAA titles, including Fallout, all did significantly well at the same rate. There was no better or worse. There was actual, like, close in the votings when it came to E3 and when it came to awards, because the game player base was like forced to be loyal to their brands, and they're not anymore because they're only loyal to two things, right? Competitive PvE or PvP, right? And low tier gaming. And I don't mean like low tier, I mean low tier like in the studios, right? So it's either you're playing Warzone or freaking Fortnite and everything else, or you're playing those other low tier end. You're right, low tier end games, and it's that's what's gonna have to happen. Microsoft's gonna have to take over. That's what's gonna happen.
And it's like, look at like with Larian, look how long it took them for them to release Baldur's Gate 3. And look at how well it got received, and look at how well it was up until the third act. Third act kind of fell off in my opinion.
That's
a me thing.
That's another.
That's money's I'm not there yet.
Yeah. Let's not spoil it.
Money's gonna happen. Yeah.
But yeah, you know, they really just need to. Game studios just need to realize, okay, sometimes it's good to rush things out. Sometimes you might do really fantastic rushing things out, but it's never going to be guaranteed. Take your time. Imagine if they rushed Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, imagine if they rushed Baldur's Gate 3.
Dude,
Imagine how
it wouldn't have done as good. It wouldn't have done as good.
Imagine if they didn't rush Fallout 76.
Yeah, exactly.
like
Yeah,
when Fallout 76 first came out, I thought it was okay.
Shit.
It was like I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was great, but there were so many things they could have done to have made that game amazing.
Yeah, and
So-
it's like I was saying, like loyalty to your studio. Like I can't stand what Bethesda's doing, but I am still a Bethesda fan.
Yeah.
Because I've been a Fallout fan for so long and an Elder Scrolls fan, both.
Yeah.
I'm so committed to what's going on in those, and I still focus on what they release. I play Fallout Shelter on my phone just because, and it's a good mobile, by the way, great mobile.
Exactly.
For
Great
Fallout.
one. They wouldn't have won as many as awards as they did if they rushed that
So
game.
Exactly.
And Great One also makes a really
Fallout
good
New
point here.
Vegas came out the same time as Mass Effect 2 and Skyrim. That's what dropped at the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those,
That was a
both those
great
did
year.
Well,
That was a
Mass
great
Effect
fucking year.
Mass Effect Andromeda was.
No, Mass Effect 2 is what came out.
No, yeah,
Effect
but you said
Andromeda.
Mass Effect that you said, yeah, and I was like, that Mass Effect Andromeda that came out. That's when the game started to really fall off, in my opinion.
It was a little earlier than that. Oh, but anyway, yeah.
There's so
what
many
I was
things.
saying, gamers
Mass
aren't.
Effect, yeah.
Great One did make a good point. Gamers aren't loyal to studios; they're loyal to fun. I
that's what I
feel
was-
a lot of the time, studios, Blizzard and Activision and
all of them.
God, dude, it's just so many of them
Guys,
that started off so strong. Hi, Obi. And now they just take a shit on their community. I mean, even fucking today, Great One came out with oh, that was hot. That like Tarkov did some stupid ass shit, and like they had a community of people that were like really into the game. Fuck, I even love Tarkov, but I don't like them anymore
Yeah.
for what they did with the $250 pay to win pack in a game like that. It's like, okay, well, why even bother playing? Like the point of
Yeah,
that game
exactly.
is to go in, get shit, progress, and do a season and reset. Now they're taking
It's
the
supposed to
resets
be
away
hard.
and like all this other shit. Like, I feel like, yes, I get it, dude. It costs a lot of money to make a game, but if you make a game that's fun, and this is like your first game, right?
Put heart into it.
And
Put
you pour your heart into it, people will pay the $70. People will pay the fucking $70. Have the premium be like extra skins and whatever, like they did back in the day. Like Reach, I paid for the premium Reach, and you know what I fucking got? I got the statue, and I was like, that's fucking tangible amazingness. All right,
What about Fallout 4? What about
Yeah, Fallout 4.
The Vault Tech fucking extension when you bought Fallout 4 in the pre-order, and you got
Yeah.
like, the fucking helmet, and you got the Pit Boy, you got all the app where you could access your fucking shit while you're
Bethesda
playing the
quit
game.
putting out collectibles that were physical because I have all of them from Elder Scrolls Online until they stopped putting out physical.
I unfortunately
collectibles.
broke my helmet. I broke my freaking power helmet, my power armor helmet. I broke it. I'm gonna take responsibility over my children, but I broke it. But yeah, shit like that, dude. Like I agree. Like what the fuck? Whatever happened to let's make a game that we as a studio love and that we know will be accepted. Like quit making games on dollars and start making them on heart.
yeah, it comes
It's
it
entirely
comes down
necessary.
to what happens with any artistic thing, right? We see it happen with movies, we see it happen with art in general, comic books, all of this other stuff, where they start to they stop making an art and they start making a product, and they want to make that product as quickly as possible and sell it as quickly as possible. And I understand that a game is a product, and I'm not asking for good games for free, right? I just want to feel like the $70 like I spent feels worth it. And that's up to interpretation for everybody, right? But at the same time, like, early access should just be a fucking normal thing at this point now, in my opinion. Like, you're not paying fucking people to test your game. Have people pay the $30 to do the early access and be like, hey, pay $30, $40 more, pay for the whole price. If it's a good enough game, people will do it. And make the price point justifiable, like Great One is saying. Like, make it justifiable. Like, look, man, games are getting longer, and I understand that. And, like, games are having a lot more detail and stuff done into them. but like,
well, where the fuck is the lore? Where's that
Yeah.
shit? Where's the stories at? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Bungie's storytelling ability? What happened to Bethesda's storytelling ability? What happened to, you know what I mean? All the Mass Effect's ability to tell a story that we all fell in love with characters. Okay, let me bring you back a little bit to an age where everybody in the chat can agree on.
back in
right?
my day.
No, not like that far back. I mean,
I'm
like
just
back to a time where we loved what we were doing, right?
Yeah.
Fallout, and I know I keep talking about Fallout 4, but that's the one I have the most love in, right? Like what we keep saying. So like, what about Paladin Dance, right? And I know I'm foreshadowing some of the stuff we're doing on our Let's Play, but you know what? I don't care. When you're playing with Paladin Dance and you do all these missions with Paladin Dance, he's, in my opinion, he's one of the best created characters in the game, besides Dogmeat, right? Because, in true honesty, right, Dogmeat's character and the way that you interact with the dog is awesome. But when you play with Paladin Dance, you develop a relationship with that character, and he accurately reacts with you and does things with you, and he influences things that you are going to do because you don't want to upset him, because he's a great follower to have. You develop an actual rapport with an in-game character, and then at the end of this point, you find out that he's a part of the enemy, and then you have to kill him out of honor and respect. And the way they wrote that was so well done. When I killed him, I cried. It was one of the only times in gaming that I cried.
It's like in Mass Effect, the first one, you have to make the choice between Caden and what, Ashley?
Yeah. Or to go and save the group of people as quickly as possible, or go and continue with your mission to get your fucking team stronger and more ready for the last mission. So, like, choices like that were way more cinematic back in the day. Yeah, and I think, and Grape One makes a good point too, and we've even talked about this also, we wanted to bring it up in the podcast. What we keep having this problem with is, like, instead of like hiring a good quality person, right, you take their work, and it happened to it happened to 3D Thomas. He took his fucking work, used it in the game anyway, and just fucking fired him. And they do that with storytelling and all this other stuff. They keep fucking firing people, and then they hire people for cheaper to just fucking put out this fucking ChatGPT search garbage that, like, people will just pay for because they expect people to pay for because of the brand name. And that is killing the gaming industry, in my opinion. Like,
no, they don't love games.
No, and you're just like, man, it is so frustrating, because I grew up a gamer. I love the story, even in fucking Mario Bros. I love the storytelling in Mario Bros, dude. And
There's
like
a story in that too that makes you fucking feel sad.
Yeah,
Like,
and
come
it's
on.
just like, I feel.
What is it? Not Ratchet and Clank. What's the other one? Jack and Daxter.
Yeah, Jack and Daxter, dude.
Dude, like that was a crazy game. There was
1,
so
2,
much
and
stuff
3.
happening.
3 got really fucking dark, but I loved the shit out of it, dude. And even in Red Dead,
I'm sorry,
like,
Ebron, don't cry, brother. Don't cry, buddy. Don't worry.
I cried
think
when
I'm
Red
gonna
Dead
change my-
Redemption 2.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude.
Hear me out. If you ever played the
I played Fallout 3 on my 360, and I got all the way to the end. I got all the way to the end and went, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yes. Don't ruin that one. Don't ruin that one. Don't ruin that one. I'm making no. Hear me, please, Dragon. Don't kill it, because I am changing a little bit of focus on my channel, and I was gonna like let this be a thing later.
I'm
but
not
fuck
giving
it.
a spoiler. I'm
We're
just saying.
focusing on story-driven games for the most part on the channel.
But what
I'm just
Dragon was
saying.
saying, Dragon was saying something.
OMG, that's all there is to it. It's just OMG, are you kidding me? When I got to the end of that game.
Yeah.
No,
But
no,
dude,
I'm
it's-
not giving
No spoilers.
Yeah, don't
no
give it away.
spoilers.
No spoilers.
It's okay.
No spoilers. We're gonna
It's
make
okay.
a change a little bit on the channel. I want to focus in on a little bit more of the story side of it. And I want to bring gamers back to what gamers need to be.
Yep.
And that focuses on story. And Imperfect is like a great one to bring up right here.
here's a throwback to a very old game that I know a lot of people in chat that are older are gonna know this game. The original Tony Hawk Pro Skater games.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
Yes.
Dude.
Fuck yes.
Yes.
The first time I played those storylines, oh my god. I wish they would remaster those games. Like, I'm over here still.
talked about it a lot. They just never act on it.
Oh, and it's
So
like
sad.
number two, for example. Purple, have you played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2? Specifically Underground
I think I played Underground.
with the actual. So,
Oh no, Gears is very. Yeah.
so for example, like Underground. If you ever played Underground, I'm pretty sure you have Earth.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like you remember the entire emotional story driven from the beginning. You know, you're just a couple skaters with your friend. You meet your first pro skater at like a little local tournament,
Yeah.
And
you're
then-
growing in professional
Yeah.
level and everything. Yeah.
and then everything gets all fucked up because your friend's like, "Well, fuck, I just fucked up hella bad, and now it's like,
Right.
fuck you. I'd rather risk your career than mine. Let's break this friendship that we've had since we were fucking kids.
Yeah. There's a lot of that kind of shit. It's the same thing in like oh fuck, what's the franchise?
And Oberon,
Shit.
for Gears of War, the storyline.
Gears
I mean,
of War, that's it.
I
I
really
should've
like
just
the
looked at
Gears
that.
of War storyline as well.
Gears of War is dark.
I'm
and
not gonna
sad,
say
can't
one's
be.
better than the other, but if you think it's better than Halo, man, that's just your opinion. At the same time, I feel like at some point with the studio changes and everything that happened in Halo, some things did feel a little bit more drawn out. But
Well, Gears of War did die.
I did love Gears of War story. There was a lot of connection that you had between the characters, A-Train, all of them, and when the things happened that did happen in that game, where I'm not going to give spoilers for, you really felt it in your heart. Like, so
You do, man. I'm just
Yeah.
a gaming guy, man. I'm gonna go back and start playing games
to
like
your
that.
characters. You get attached to the
Yeah.
NPCs, and then you go, wait, what just happened? You know,
So
I thought
It's
I
like-
made the right choice.
it's like for the Halo, for example. You know, you're talking about the studio changes, how it went from Bungie to 343.
yeah,
The biggest issue with something like that is all the content that's in between everything you want to learn about between the games, you have to go read the books for.
oh yeah, I
There's
read-
nothing in game telling you about
I read
that.
a couple of them.
So, like Halo 4, for example, everybody would shit on Halo 4 when it first came out. But if you read the books in between everything that was going on, you'd understand. Halo 4 was actually a fantastic game. But
Yeah, it
there's
was.
no way to know about that unless you read the books.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that sucks.
Yeah, and I've been thinking about this for a couple of days. It's like going back and playing Fallout 3, Vegas, Fallout 4, and then going into Fallout 76 with you and perfect it. And I hope that you would be willing to do this alongside of me, and fully immersing into the games again and bringing back what it's supposed to be in the game, so we can see that transition just in that one franchise. But it will exemplify all of these other franchises, what's going on and what's going wrong with them too. And then go back and touch some of the older games too. I know you'll be there with, you know what I mean. But I mean like. immerse.
like the
It's-
Witcher
I
series
miss
and reading the
Oh,
Witcher books.
Yeah. Which one did you like more? Witcher 2 or Witcher 3?
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah,
answer.
it's a
actually, I
hard
kinda
question.
it is, but I kind of like 3.
Uh-huh.
The first one and the third one. The second one, it's okay.
Yep. There, yeah.
But you have to
There's-
read the books, which is one of the reasons
Exactly.
I've never
And it
watched
flip
the
flops when you
series.
do that.
I know.
It flipped because I'm the same way. I like Witcher 3, but when I read the books, I like Witcher 2. Like yeah. But I'm a
Yeah.
scheming. I think that's what's wrong with it. I think gamers I think with the whole
You see that excitement though?
content side of
You see that
gaming,
excitement in your eyes? You see that happiness that you had for that moment? That's what it's like.
that's
all
yeah,
that
that's what it's like
that
to be a
excitement
gamer.
for talking about all these old games right now. Yeah, I can see it in your eyes, and I could hear it in your guys' voice. Like it's really hard to hear people talk about video games like that, and they keep treating this industry like in a very fucked up
content
way.
creators. It's
And
the
it's
content
just
creators.
making it for content creators to make it hyped for like a few weeks and
But
then
no,
let it
that's
die.
not it. That's not what I mean. I mean it's the content creators. So it's guys like, okay, and one of the
We're
content,
content
creators that I like a
creators.
lot. No, but one of the content creators I like a lot is the Doc, right? I do like him, but like the people that he games with and everything, they focus on the like Warzone and they cater their gameplay towards that style of games. And those other streamers that are doing the same thing, all those games are so heavily toxic that like you don't have fun. It's nothing but a sweat fest, and it's literally nothing about being as negative as you can in the content to create an environment where you're like, oh, that fucking game, and they're like, people are like, oh, it's so funny. It's
Yeah,
like, that's just toxic. That's not gaming. Gaming
Well, that's
is like
baby content.
watching
That's
a
content for
streamer.
babies.
Yeah,
Well, it's like
that's like
put-
watching us play
To
Fallout,
put into perspective,
or
Earth,
whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like playing that shit, and then us having an emotional situation happen
God.
during the stream. Like that's gaming.
yeah, and that's what I wanted to get at with that. So you have people like the Doc and that, they're big for their Warzone side. And unfortunately with how Activision is, they'll look at the big name streamers and basically they killed multiplayer because of Warzone.
Yes, they did.
Like multiplayer COD back in the day, yeah,
It's
sure.
different.
It's always been toxic. That's just how Call of Duty is. You talk to anybody about Call of
But the
Duty,
stories
toxicity.
in Call of Duty
Oh my god,
were so good too, and it's just
Fucking-
that it's the same argument. It's just the content creators are all creating content that's based on this multiplayer aspect that's toxic as hell. Even in Destiny, it's in every single one of these big games, Fortnite, all of them, right? And all this gaming news about like, oh, this person got caught, this streamer got caught cheating. Oh no, like, and then people are like, oh, and like that attracts attention rather than people that are playing these like heartfelt games, like Baldur's Gate, right? Baldur's Gate is incredible, and it got all of the gamers, the real gamers, are the ones that are active with that game, and they haven't been active about a game in a long time.
Yeah.
So when they came out of hiding, quote unquote, and they supported this game, it got all the recognition it deserved. And that's where all these gaming companies that we've been loyal to for decades have failed.
I'll be right back.
And they quit caring about their loyalty base because they're like, oh, they'll always be there. We're gonna start catering to this new generation that's fucking toxic.
Yeah,
Like-
like look for, as you're saying, like with Baldur's Gate, you know, look at how many studios came out and started shit talking Larian Studios because like, oh, that's never gonna work. You know, you need to do this type of pay model. It's
Yeah, you need to
are
make
you sure
money.
about that?
No, we don't need to. We'll get the money we need. And then, you know what? To top it off, we're going to win the fucking Gamer Award. So guess what? You know what I mean? Like, come on. I don't know. I'm thinking about
The
doing
whole
that with my channel anyways,
microtransactions
like,
things has
yeah.
killed so many games.
Yeah.
Odd
tomorrow
Howard's
on
reaction to
stream-
that.
Like tomorrow on stream, and Perfecta, I don't remember if you said you were going to be there or not, but we are going to play Fallout 76. Oberon, I know you don't like Fallout 76, but we're going to only focus on story aspects of the game and try to dive in on that shit and make that connection because we need that information, right? Because of what is going on in the Fallout universe. And then I am going to be focused on doing a Let's Play series with the channel. I think I've talked to you about this before, Imperfecta, was like trying to connect and bring into our community gamers and not bring in the wrong crowd. And we've been fucking fighting with figuring out the way we wanted our channel, me and Imperfecta's channel, to look. And I say it this way, chat, and I hope you guys understand, like, it's not just me, it's not just Purple, it's not just Dragon. It's guys like Imperfecta, Arcanite, all the other guys that are in there, but in the backside, right? They are a part of us, and we are going to bring back the gaming within our community because I think that's lacking heavily, and we need to do that. So I don't know if you're gonna be there tomorrow. Are you gonna be there tomorrow evening?
Most likely.
76 on the stream. Okay, cool. So it's stream is changing too for me. I know Purple's is taking a little bit of some changes and stuff too because we're focusing on some new things because we kind of got ourselves situated in a good position. As far as Twitch goes, to where we can now start branching where we need to. So please, for the love of the gods, go check out Dragon Dispatcher's YouTube channel. I think you're setting it for you set up your YouTube channel, yeah?
I've still got stuff. I've just uploaded the boss battle that I was telling you about earlier to my a highlight to my channel. It's not great.
Go to
There's only
YouTube.
half a dozen.
It's good enough. Go to YouTube, go on there, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment. It can be anything. Love you, love this game, love whatever about it, anything like that. That's huge and helpful for everybody. For Purple Doughboy, if you know somebody in our community that didn't get to make it to any of our podcasts, make sure that you tell them, hey, go to YouTube. Purple just put out the new, you know what I mean, the new podcast. Go in there, check it out, so you can catch up on information, do that stuff. Dragon, if you need help with editing and stuff, let me know, because I've kind of gotten my package of how I want to do my editing done, so it takes me less time to do it now. So please, for the love of the gods, let me know so I can, I can help you edit or do it for you if you want me to. Definitely
I have
let me
an
know.
idea for it. I haven't got there yet, but
Okay,
I
yeah,
have the
and-
raw data, so I'd
Yeah.
like to do that. And
Yeah, for sure.
breaking the mold and leaving that comfort zone has been getting better the whole studios, absolutely.
Exactly. But yeah, we're gonna be changing a lot of direction and stuff. And definitely go to Purple's YouTube. Make sure you drop a subscription or subscribe. It's free. It's free to subscribe on there. And then make sure you go in there and you drop a like on the videos. Put a comment in the videos too. So if you don't understand, the way YouTube goes, it has a very good algorithm system, and it's better than Twitch does, right? Because Twitch is very saturated and it's very focused on the money, where YouTube, it's a little bit easier to get discovered on there than it is on Twitch. So dropping a comment, a like, and a subscribe hugely helps the community, right? I'm back from the ad break. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Obi, since you missed it, go to that YouTube link that's in the chat, drop a subscription to Purple Doughboy's channel. Make sure you tell your friends if they don't make it to the podcast, hey, he uploaded the podcast, he's done this, he's done that, he's dropped the videos and everything, all that stuff. go to Dragon Dispatcher's YouTube channel, drop a subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment. If you guys have suggestions for stuff in videos, DM us or go to our Discords and let us know in there, not on the YouTube comments. Our goal is not for the individuals in this group call, or Great One as well, who's involved in this, a big part of our crew, right? That's why I harp on the Reaper crew thing. It's
One
like
crew.
all of us. It's one crew, one fight, yeah? Let us know in Discord, and then let us like have that conversation as a group. In my Discord, I created a whole new section which I'm going to help out Dragon and Purple to create in theirs. I have like a town hall kind of set up in there where we can discuss this stuff, right? But I want you guys to understand, like, and I know Purple agrees with me, and he was away, so I kind of just took the reins a little bit as the co-host, but you know,
I had you.
we want you guys, yeah, but we want you guys to understand that the success of our channels is solely because of the success that you guys give us. You know what I mean? I can't do it alone. I can't, you know, Dragon can't do it alone. Purple, Great One, none of us can do it alone. We can't do it together. It all comes from every one of you guys. You guys are our viewers. You guys are our audience, the people that we are the billboard for. You guys are the community. So we're the billboards. So it's just like gaming, right? All the stuff we've been talking about, right? This is where, you know, the gaming community and the franchises and everybody's failed. We're trying not to do what they did, right? But it takes you guys. So the more help you guys can give us in supporting us and the different channels that we're working through, and the more activity you give us within chat, within the Discords, within YouTube, the better we know how to provide you with the good entertainment that you deserve and that you want, because that's what we want. We will feel success and be happy if we're providing you with what you want. It doesn't come in the form of money, right? So that's what we need from you guys to be successful, and that's what you guys need from us for our communities to be successful as a whole. And in turn, to get to the bottom of the point of all that, is if we can do that the right way and build our community up large enough to be successful in this world of saturation that goes from the content creation world, we would be able to make an influence on the way gaming works, right? If we're constantly putting out the content on the games we love, and that brings out awareness to those games that we love, those people and those games and those companies and everything else will be creating those games in that likeness.
We
and
do
more
this
often.
content because it's for the love of the games, and
Exactly.
for the love of the community that we build while we're doing the games as well. To kind of summarize what he's saying, we do this for you guys. We try to make sure that we make good enough content for you. We can't know what direction to go into unless you guys interact
Same
with
things
us.
I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. Even if you're lurking and just showing up to say hi from time to time, small stuff like that definitely does help us out as well. If you haven't already, I'm pretty sure most of the people that are in here are part of the community already, but definitely follow
Everybody
Earthbound
is, yeah.
Reaper, definitely follow Dragon Dispatcher, Lackalibrium, Great One for sure. Like, these are all fantastic streamers. We're trying our best as much as we can. And we go into YouTube, Earthbound's on TikTok, which is going to get banned soon, so we're going to...
I'm not on TikTok anymore. My presence has been pretty silent. So
Okay.
I just stay away from that. I'm not going to be using that platform anymore.
With TikTok dying out, though, we're going to be seeing an influx of people coming onto Twitch and even YouTube as well, with Reels and Instagram, until something else is made, which is going to be Knock Knock instead of TikTok or some shit like that. But hopefully Elon Musk doesn't buy it out. But besides that, getting back to the gaming industry stuff, I just hope to see that eventually, not just what we're doing as a community, but a community of gamers, it just takes people not to buy bullshit games for a very long time for them to kind of just feel the pain or feel the hurt. Unfortunately, that's not something that's going to happen very easily over time, but we are going to see a dying community with Tarkov pretty soon because of what they did, and we're probably going to see Call of Duty's community is somewhat strong, but also dying at the same time. They're losing player counts by the day. And I enjoy Call of Duty, but at the same time, some of the shit that they're doing, like $80 DLC and stuff, is not that great. And then you have other games that are like Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Oh, like the Dark Souls? Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Souls
Dark Souls
when they
has
come
such
out.
good story.
Yeah, and then but they came out with their $40 DLC, and it was a whole different game. So again, it comes back around to making the game worth it and the content worth it for the players, and hopefully we get to see a change in that. Elden Ring DLC is fire, and I'll try. I'll try and stream like this normal Elden Ring soon. But besides all of that, the gaming industry is kind of cooked right now. I'm hoping things kind of turn around and they stop screwing over a lot of the developers and the people that actually are passionate about this type of art form, and I hope to see a change. Besides all of that, we're just going to touch base on this really quickly. The next plans for my channel and what I am trying to do at the moment is going to be doing a Dungeons and Dragon playthrough using an application that I have found and trying to use so that way it feels a little bit more immersive for the team. Dragon Dispatcher, Earthbound Reaper, and Arcanite are going to be a part of it. We're still looking for a fourth member, and we're trying to find somebody that would be able to be available between the days of either Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're still working out the actual schedule. So we're still working out the kinks.
And honestly, like I think Imperfecta, like I know, like as much as we joke and everything, I'm sure Imperfecta would play this, the way we're intending it to for the content side of it, and really enjoy it. And I know Great One would love to. Hopefully, we can find something that where he can get involved. That would
and we will have
warning for you specifically, Purple. I tend to have an accidental ability of just mid-maxing too early on.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that if you do want to be a part of it. We have a warlock, we have a cleric, we have a ranger, so we kind of do need somebody to be a little bit more tanky. So
I am a cleric for the first time ever.
Yeah, so
you guys are gonna love my character. You're gonna love my character. It's cool.
So
kind of ranger.
God, I can't remember.
He does that in every game, Great One. There's not a single game that... Okay, Imperfecta has some weird, like, superpower ability where he's just good at no matter what the game is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I've watched him play Dark Souls 2 and wipe the floor with a fucking... in a naked build. Which, if you're a Dark Souls fan, you know what a naked build is. It's not a joke. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
And it is a bitch and a half to play.
I saw him
Imperfecta play it, and he's like, "Oh, this is the normal mode." That's the way it looks like when he's playing it. So, like, the dude's incredible when it comes to gaming. So, us doing a D&D with him might help you, Imperfecta.
Dragon was saying something. I think it was something Step Ranger where you have Misty Step.
Oh, what? That's gonna be sick.
It's definitely going to be sick. It is going to be a pretty much homebrew, and it's definitely going to heavily rely on how the characters react in the homebrew, and you know how fucking random and crazy I can get, so they're going to have to be facing that. It is going to be called for right now War of Reality because of the multiverse aspect of the D&D campaign that I'm running, and we are definitely going to see these guys go through some really wacky and intense moments. It's not only
especially with the way my character's set up.
yeah, exactly. So
it's gonna be great.
Hope to have you guys around and to actually watch it, and I'll try and work some stuff out so that way, you know, the actual stream can interact, and I will try and work with other streamers as well to be able to have a time where they can feature in one of the or a couple of the sessions whenever they're available. So definitely check that out when you can. Hopefully we'll be able to start that up soon, and I'll put it in my Discord when we'll actually be starting up. We're cooking it right now. If you do want to see what's cooking, you can definitely go to Discord, check out the D&D section and the text area and see what I'm doing. There are homebrew items in there as well.
Question, are you going to update like that channel with our characters in it so people have like a kind of like an inside scoop?
Yeah, so we're gonna be able to, there's a characters channel, and then we're gonna have your character art in there as well if you want to upload the character art too. So if you do have it's gonna be a lot of fun.
D&D,
beer pizza, D&D. So, and if Imperfecta does want to be our last person to join, I would be happy to have you, but I understand your schedule can be a little
take it for real,
really like weird sometimes, I guess. So, and this is a campaign that I'm planning on trying to go on for years, so we'll see how that goes. But that's pretty much all the news I got going on. As far as
Exactly,
you-
great one. That's a good point. People that don't know how to play or haven't played can enjoy the journey. Yes, it's
Exactly.
gonna be like a TV show, like a TV series.
Yeah.
Right? It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be cool as hell. You guys are gonna love it.
What? I'm mad that I'm spacing the name. It's the fucking D&D that Matt Mercer
Critical Role.
does.
Oh
Perfect.
yeah,
Yes, that's a
I
Critical
watch
Role.
them on a daily. Oh,
Yes.
if you don't know, somebody please drop. While you guys are talking, I'll drop it in the chat. I'll drop it in. Critical Role is incredible place to go for anything
Yes.
D&D. They
Exactly.
do information and games. They're dope. I'm gonna find them and drop it in the chat. Give me a second. You guys do your thing.
But yeah, so that's the next thing on the plate right now. I don't have like a lot of money to play video games at the moment, so we're gonna if I
No,
do
he
change
does.
up the
No, he
games.
does.
If we do
Just ask
change,
us.
if we do change games up and everything, I'll let you know. There was another game that I wanted to try out that I just didn't get to because it's like $35 right now. But basically,
Hashtag love you, Critical Role.
yeah, definitely check out Critical Role. A great bunch of voice actors. We're gonna definitely take suggestions from some of the viewers that they want to throw it in. I'll take my royalties. Yeah. So definitely show up for that if you can. And yeah, if there's anything that we can do as streamers, specifically me, because I'm still baby streamer. These guys are fucking fantastic. But if you can let us know,
Can you do me
it
a
would help
favor
me.
in your redemption points?
Yeah.
While chat is here, since everybody's kind of active right now in the chat, go ahead and add whenever you get an opportunity. Whenever we get done with this, you need to add a redemption. You can make the points high if you want to. You are required to ask the Reaper crew, like us, in the billboards, right? You need to ask us for a game. That'll be a redemption point. Make it like 10,000 points or something.
Oh no, I do have
Wait.
a thing in there that says change game, and it's basically to make it
No.
change the game.
But you have to ask us for a game
Oh,
so that we will get you the game.
oh,
Money is not an issue on our end.
okay.
We will get
I
you the
see.
game that you want to love and enjoy, or the chat wants you to play because they know you'll love and enjoy it. That way, it's an interactive way, and you don't have to directly ask us and feel any kind of weird way about it because chat made you do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go with that. That
It's
works.
fair. It's fair, right? Because that's
Yeah.
your problem. You won't ask me for a game, but when I buy you a game, you get like emotional, and I'm like, okay, listen.
Yeah,
Like-
I do.
If we do it
I'm a
this
little
way,
crybaby.
Purple.
yeah, if we do it this way, and chat says, oh, he would love this game. Hey, you have to ask Reaper for this game. Me, Great One, Imperfecta will decide on who's buying it, and Dragon will decide who's buying it, and Lack, and we'll buy you the fucking game. And you don't have a say because chat told you to do it.
You guys are gonna make me cry again on screen. Like I fucking hate you guys. You're gonna make me.
That's
fucking
like
cry again on camera,
it takes away the feel bad side of it for you to be like, oh, this is a game I really want to play, but I can't. Like, is there a game right now that you really want to play that you can't?
but we'll talk about that later.
That you
We're
don't
not
have.
gonna do it right now. We're not gonna do that right now. Anyway.
We're doing it right now. Right now. Chat, say something in chat to fucking tell him he has to tell us. He has to tell us right now.
I don't, no, dude.
It's 30,000 of my 61,000 points.
Hey,
Tell us what game you want.
5 gifts to subs. He has to tell us what game he wants.
Oh my god, dude. No, we're not doing that right now.
Immediately end the stream, just
Yep,
end
exactly. Well, we'll talk about that kind of stuff later. Right now, my main focus though is trying to get the D&D stuff set up for you guys because I don't want to pull my focus
That's the
away
game.
from that right
That's
at the
the
moment.
game,
Right
yeah.
now, that right
I'm
now
joking,
the game.
chat. I'm
Yeah.
joking.
Right now, I do have to get stuff set up for the D&D sessions. I want to try and be proactive as much as possible for it. I'm already I'm like about to finish like your other first zone, and then gonna go exactly into the fucking second zone, get things going. This is gonna be a really wild ride, guys. So if you can be a part of it, tell your friends if they like D&D and stuff. I'm not. This is my second game that I'm DMing, so I'm probably not gonna be the best at it at the moment, but I will try and make it as fun as possible.
He's incredible. He loves making sure that everybody else is enjoying what he's doing. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be great. Don't
That reminds me, Purple. What edition are you playing on?
We're doing 5th edition.
Yeah.
Oh,
It would be
Fine,
fun.
yeah.
Well,
why would you do film, Purple? Why?
because
Don't worry about it.
second
We're
edition
gonna
has-
enjoy it, pin perfecta, and we're gonna take it with a grain of salt.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's just 5th edition is the one I can break the easiest accidentally.
That's,
Yeah, I'll
don't worry.
tell
We're gonna
you.
work on that. We're gonna
Any
Other
ideas I
than
have,
Baldur's Gate,
I'll run by
I
you,
don't
Purple.
know
Yeah.
anything about 5th edition. This is going to be hysterical.
No, that's the funny thing is 5th edition is a lot more user friendly.
Yeah, it's supposed to be extremely user friendly,
Yeah.
but it's a lot
It's the-
easier to accidentally break things.
Yeah,
For players that know
exactly.
how to play. So like
Yes.
the thing is 5th edition, it was their intention with it was to create an opening for new players. because for so long, you know what I mean?
They
people have
definitely
been playing, and the new players like don't know what's going on. So 5th edition does allow for new players to come in. That's all it is. Think of it that way when you go into it, and it'll be so much smoother for you.
And then once the stream is done for that too, we're gonna be uploading it on YouTube. It's gonna be a lot easier to edit because it's actually gonna be game focused, so I won't have to cut out a whole lot of it. Versus stuff like this.
Should we do separate recordings to it? Like, are we gonna do like a table kind of like? Do you want like separate recordings so you can like zoom in on whoever's doing what? Like everybody, Dragon, I need you to help Imperfecto with helping him create one of those like emote things that you get going on, so he has something that's interactive in the screen.
Oh, you mean like the
dragon that you have sitting
Didn't
instead of a
the
camera.
Teeny Beanie do that for you?
Beanie Cat Prince
Beanie
made
Cat
this
Prince,
for
yeah.
me. I can give him the information on the program I use that uses 2 different GIFs.
Yeah, because then he could use like his own character that he has to do that.
Yeah,
Basically,
then-
you need an idle, and then you need a talking GIF,
Mhm.
and then you use
I already know it's gonna
video
be some anime
tube
girl.
or something.
Yeah,
In it, in the program, you add in the
because
two,
that would be
and
that
when
would
your
be pretty good
microphone
for
goes
you,
off,
Purple.
it makes the second GIF work.
Yeah, because that would be super helpful for you, Purple. Because like if while you're editing it, like if Imperfecto were to send it to me or just send it to you or whatever, because it's gonna be a little. You'd be able to do some super cool editing stuff with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And have
I would-
interaction. It'll look cleaner
Yeah.
for the chat.
Exactly. I'd be able to make it a little bit better for the video that's recorded and everything. But yeah, if you guys are excited for that, please let me know in the chat, and also hit me up in Discord if you have any ideas that you want to throw in there.
Go on
I already
YouTube,
have.
drop a like.
Wait, I already have starting the. So I did this before with other groups and tested it, and they or another group and they loved it. Unfortunately, it fell off. So it gives me a secondary chance to be able to like edit things and make things a little bit more dynamic. But like I already have a plan for several sessions. How things are going to be played out is deeply
can
going to
I
be
s-
rooted in how characters are and how they react to stuff. I need people's backstories. I need their love interests if they have any, stuff like that. So I hope you guys are excited about it as much as I am. But doing this
Can you
podcast
do
for
a-
you guys is what?
Can I suggest a raid when you're ready?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
we
cool.
can. But yeah, this podcast is for you guys and for us and everybody to talk about gaming news. You could definitely talk about or send us information that you want to see on podcasts and points that you want us to talk about as well. Because like I said, and as Reaper has said as well, we do this for you. So thanks
We
again,
love you.
everybody. We fucking love
really do. Like
We
it's not
don't-
even like funny. It's like Purple has been through a lot. Dragon has been through a lot. Lack has been through a lot. Imperfecta, great one. Myself, we've been through a lot of shit, and you guys have been the ones that have been next to us. And honestly, for me, you guys have helped me through a lot of fucking shit that I've been going through. So I love you guys. When I say it, I mean it. It's not me just being a content creator. I genuinely mean it. If I saw you in person, I'd give you a hug. Like, so for
Thank
real, like, your guys' support is incredible.
Yeah.
Much love to you guys. And does anybody, so before we end up ending the podcast right now, does anybody have any finishing statements, anything they want to add for about the topics that we talked about, anything that you guys are excited about for the topics that we talked about?
Yeah. You two go ahead. I'll close out with mine.
I'm almost to the end of Act 2 on Baldur's Gate 3. I'm so excited to get into Act 3.
Fuck yeah, let's go. Let's go. Dragon's making moves out there. You guys need to be checking her out on stream.
I will make you a promise.
Oh,
I
no,
will. I will try my hardest to not break your campaign on accident, Purple.
we won't let you. It'll be okay.
There's some mechanics in there that will make it hard to do anyway. But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, we'll talk about that later. If you do want to be part of it, if you are actually serious, please let me know in Discord, and we can talk about it. And then I'll get you set up on the software, and that'll make things a bit easier.
Takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, super easy, and anything that's not available in the software.
And he'll help you build the character too.
Yeah.
So that it's not fucking twisted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll help you so that you can actually play with us and enjoy it and not feel like you're being an ass by breaking the game by accident.
You saying I can't have 34 AC at level 1?
No, maybe not.
No, you
This
won't
is
be
a
able to.
lightning bolt falling on your head for even suggesting it.
Fireball, fireball.
I will do a
Saying I
chaos
can't-
roll where you will lose like an arm and a leg, and all of your armor, and an eye. And so,
Yeah. In clothing. In closing, before like there's some ideas in people's heads that don't need to have those ideas in their heads. We are very excited for the future of this year for the Reaper crew. That is everybody in this huge community of us content creators and viewers alike. Please, for the love of God, everybody shoot a DM or just blast this man with love. Arcanite is an amazing human being, and he decided on his own volition to jump in and be the PR guy for the crew. So if anybody in our crew, Purple, Dragon, Lag, Great One, if any of you guys need the support or need any kind of support on like what kind of content you're putting out or need help with advertising your shit, because he does this in real life, he'll help you with that. He's taken upon himself to join our team, and he is 100% a partner for our community now. We've been working on some other things to kind of flesh out how we want to do stuff for the streaming side of things, but he's gotten to a point where he doesn't need any kind of help, so he's going to start helping you guys when he can. I love him to death. Amazing human being. Make sure you go to him and bombard him with love. A guy that Purple is getting ready to raid us into, his name is Contraband Gaming. He is a veteran from the United States Army, like myself, about the same age as me. He was a tanker. Amazing human being, awesome guy. He's got a beautiful wife and kid. Awesome dude. Welcome him when we get into his stream. Welcome him in with the Reaper crew way. You know what I mean? The Purple Doughboy way, the Dragon Dispatcher way. Do it the way we normally do it. Show this man a lot of love. I fully support what he's doing too. He's on board with what we're doing. He really enjoys being a part of our community. Awesome guy. I haven't had a chance to really have him meet everybody yet. We just kind of touched base and kind of made the connection with the military. So I mean, you guys understand, like as veterans, we connect to each other like that. So it doesn't take a lot of effort, but show this man some love. He's doing great things. Show him that we're here. We support him too, through, you know, soldier mental awareness and everything else too. But yeah, with that, we fucking love you guys.
Yep. Thank you so much for coming on by and watching the podcast with us. Normally every Thursday at 6 p.m. Post Pacific Standard Time.
Yes.
Things might change as far as people's availability and stuff. I want people to feel available to do the D&D stuff, so that has to happen.
Oh,
That's
dude,
fine.
yeah, I'm so excited. Make sure you guys bring snacks and drinks and stuff. This is gonna be like a show. It's gonna be sick.
Since I'm not DMing, I don't need to bring the scotch and cinnamon schnapps.
Yeah,
Tie
exactly.
your kids to the chair. Get some fucking snacks and food. You know what I mean? Do what you gotta do.
Don't tying kids to chairs, but
I'm a parent. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Alrighty. Well, thanks again, guys.
Ties me with a chair for you all the time. Like I don't see the problem.
Hey, that's our secret. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to read out.
Arcanite's leather restraints.
Yeah,
There we go.
use Arcanite's leather. Thanks again, guys. I love all of you. I hope you have a good rest of your Thursday night. We'll see you tomorrow around 6 o'clock. Again, if you have any suggestions as to what you want to see me play, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to be playing Helldivers. Hopefully, they would have came out with the patch by then, because they were supposed to come out with it at the end of the night. But thanks again, everybody. I love all of you. I hope you have a good rest of your night, and we'll see you next time.
Love you guys.
See ya.